Welcome to another episode of the Final Forecast featuring me, one of your co-hosts, Kevin Jones. Got my boy Jay Flow in the building.
Yes, sir. As usual, I'm the only, consistent person here.
Finally, it took
Where
you
your girl
4 years. Took you 4 years.
Yeah, right. Where's
Super. Pro-
Ash?
oh, all right. So
You
you're
don't care
not.
about Superman? No. He don't. He
Okay.
don't introduce Dave anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that a thing? All right. Shit. I don't know. Ash had a emergency meeting, didn't she, or something?
Dave, where is Ash?
She apologized that she had to go to another county last minute.
Do some work. Shout out to Sticks.
Clairsville, St. Clairsville.
Damn.
Anyways, Dave is here.
Yeah, I am.
Anyways,
The hell you got going on in your background, John?
oh, you like that, huh?
Kids?
Yeah.
No, I'm just. I wasn't
like
even
more
talking about the
painting?
paint, but we'll talk about that in a minute
John's
too.
new recording room. If you turn your laptop, John, he has two very big glass doors, which is optimal for keeping the sound out.
Oh, y'all can hear the kids.
That's what I was. That's what I was talking about.
Hey, Jack! The kids!
But we can hear them every week.
We can hear it. We can hear the kids. Be quiet. Anyway, sorry about that shit. I'm sorry about that bullshit, Mike.
Where the hell did you get that painted from? Why and why do you have it?
Bro, just decorates the house. It is a pretty cool painting though. Like
I like it. It's decent.
Like every time I look at it on the podcast, but you look at it in person, it's really it looks nothing like how it looks when I'm looking at it.
Who did it?
Through the camera. I don't know. Rafael Delagato. You heard of him? Dave, you heard of Rafael?
That famous painter out of East LA, isn't he?
Facts.
Where's it from?
East LA.
No, like the painting. Where's that from?
East LA. I mean, that's where the artist is from.
You mean
what is it a painting
of?
I don't know. I have no clue. Just puts random shit up in here. Wait till you come, bro.
She just wants to make company feel like you guys are you guys are well traveled and sophisticated.
I have no clue. And then in the meantime, this painting is from East LA, so I don't know.
All right.
How's Japan, bro? It's been a while since you've been on the show.
I know. It's cool. We on break right now. We on our usual stupid November break. We have 3 weeks off for no reason.
And you only came home for a day.
I came home for 2 days. 48 hours.
How long was it travel?
Crazy. A day, pretty much.
You travel longer than you stay here, huh?
Yeah. I mean, between the travel there and back, yeah, pretty much.
That is wild.
On a plane for like 20 plus hours, bro.
Oh,
crazy.
My God. All that
things
for
you do.
2 days.
The things you do for the people you love.
For love. Love.
What you won't do for love. Nah, but it was cool though, because I got to so it's crazy. I flew into Jersey. I wanted to see my mom and my sister and everybody from New York. So I flew into Jersey. Sarah and Alea came and picked me up, and we drove to New York. Stayed in New York for a day, literally just one day. Drove back from New York to Charleston the next morning, which is 9 hours. So I spent one day in a car for the whole day.
See, that's the shit.
And then flew out Wednesday morning.
Yeah, I used to hate that. Just like coming home for like 5 days and you trying to see everybody. So I'm going from DC to Glenville to see Joe, like just going all over the place trying to see everybody. I used to, that's the stuff I don't miss. I do miss the game though.
Yeah, I mean,
your boy's back, bro.
Huh?
Your boy's back.
Who?
Men's league MVP, baby.
Man. Yo, the stories that you and Trugby posted, bro. I'm like, yo, I hope I never get to that point where it's just like I need to play basketball that bad.
Getting it back. It's coming back. We gotta talk about this summer, bro. We might have to one last ride, yo. We gotta talk about
Nah.
it.
Wouldn't that be? That would be. I would. To be honest, I was thinking about that though. I was
Bro,
thinking about it because I was just sitting there like this past summer. And I'm like, damn.
if
But
we
that's.
gonna
I
go
knew that
out,
was gonna happen though.
if we gonna go out, bro, we gonna go out, bro. You
Cause
know what I
then
mean?
we
I'm
gonna
not,
keep
you
on
know what I mean?
going. It's gonna keep on be like, all right, one more, last more.
Oh,
It's
it's
gonna
not.
keep going, bro.
Oh, it's not, bro. We need some solid pieces. There's other people that understand the game. We'll be straight, bro. I can't shoot like I used to. Trigger finger jammed up. You know what I mean? I don't can't shoot like I used to, but I still got the IQ. You know what I mean? I can set a good screen.
Yeah,
I say, I say, just get a whole bunch of old dudes. Me, you, DJ,
it's
let
weird,
her.
bro. Cause I feel like, you know, you feel like it's a formula to winning the tournament, but I don't think there is.
It's not.
There is no formula. It's just like you. It's just like whoever gets hot. It's a one game elimination. Whoever gets hot, that's who wins that game. You know what I mean? You could be totally better than somebody, and it's just like you weren't. That wasn't your day.
Right,
So I feel like
right.
teams, especially us, we try to build our okay. What wins the tournament? What can we put together to? And I think at the end of the day, I mean, as much as we want to win, for me, it's like about having fun and being around y'all again, like in that kind of setting. So I take it seriously, of course, but to me, it's just like, we
Yeah,
win, we win. If we, you know what I mean? To be
yeah. For those
honest,
who
It is
don't
a
know,
lot of work to just play a game of pickup, though. So ultimately, you do want to win the million eventually.
I mean, it's
of
not a lot of
course,
work for everybody outside of me, Dave, Greg, KJ.
for the players, is literally no work. You just got to
Yeah,
show up, and
yeah,
like you don't have to. I mean, you'll be asked to do an appearance, do the golf scramble, whatever like that. But other than that, you're not asked to do much.
yeah. It's not a lot of work for them. It's a vacation for them, actually.
It really is, and they
Come,
probably most of them ain't doing nothing else.
yeah. Come, enjoy, wild, wonderful, cheat lake, bikinis, thongs, all that on the lake. You know what I mean? Get drunk at Mountain Mamas, then come playing the game, man. It's crazy.
But to your point, I don't know, bro. I was really like thinking about it though, especially seeing as feeling like every day, like yeah, this is it. This is the
You're
last
still
year for
hooping though.
me.
You got to
But
do
that's
a
what I'm
farewell
saying.
tour. You got to do a farewell. You got to plan out your retirement
You
better.
have to though. I don't want. I don't
Yeah.
want to do that though.
Why?
That makes it weird and like gimmicky.
How's
I
that
don't like
weird?
when people. I don't like when people do farewell tours. Like, oh yeah, like just kind of promoting. This is my last year. I'd rather it just be like, all right, I know.
Nah,
I think it to myself.
you tripping. See, you good enough to have a farewell tour too. Like they love you in Japan. Like so, you got that market. And when you get back here, because you think about it, like you spent your entire life playing basketball, bro. You made it to the
Mhm.
elite level. You made good money playing overseas. Can't just be like, all right, it's over. Like
I can, but I can. Why can't I though?
that's wild. You gotta show some appreciation. Don't
I
worry.
am appreciated.
We're renting
Just
out
because I
we're renting out the bottom of the waterfront. We're gonna throw a big shindig. Got
is the
highlight
waterfront
clip.
there anymore? That's not the
Gonna
waterfront
invite,
anymore.
gonna invite your high school coaches, overseas coaches, your agent who didn't want to work with me because I wasn't good enough.
That's not
Invite some
true
of
either.
them. We'll
That's
have a
not true.
big anyone who wants to help throw KJ's retirement party this summer. Let us know.
I don't know. I don't want to do that. I just rather
Man,
ride off into the sunset and just be like, all right,
this shit is
that was good.
it's really stages of retirement though. Like
What do you
like
mean?
stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
What's the first day? Lay out the stages for me so that I'm like, I don't know when it's gonna happen. Whenever it happens, because you've gone through it. I don't know if you're still going through it, but tell
I
me
don't
what
know.
the stages are.
I think about it. The stages I went through was like, all right, I'm done. It's over. And you like you're grateful for it all. You know what I mean? Grateful. I say grateful is the first stage. Second stage is depression. You start missing it. You know what I mean? You like, dang, should I come back? You start missing them checks.
Mhm.
Third stage is anger. Now you mad. You just you not used to being home, used to being overseas on your own. Sarah just gonna start getting on your nerves. You just gonna start snapping like, "Sit down, get out my face."
That happens now. So I don't got to be retired for that.
You gonna be at home, then you gonna go through what's it called? Incompetency phase. Is that what it is? Like you feel like you're not doing nothing with your life. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna try to come back. It's stages, bro. It's waves and stages. You'll see. Don't you?
Look at you. You ain't doing nothing with your life. You're just sitting on the couch. Why don't you go and do a job that makes you
You ain't
remember
doing
those
nothing with your life.
commercials? Angry black dude.
Bruh. It
Oh
gets real. It
shit.
gets real though, bro.
Nah,
Shit
I
serious.
believe you. I believe you. And I feel like I will go through all those things, but that's just a part of life though. Like so I'm not scared of that. Like I know that's gonna happen whether I retire now or whether I retire 5 years from now. I know that's gonna happen. So like I'm not afraid of that. That's
True.
gonna happen naturally.
True. True.
But I mean, I know it. I know it does suck. For me, it's gonna be the like I still got it thing. It's like I definitely don't want to leave any bullets in the clip, but I don't want to be washed either. I don't want somebody's last memory of me playing basketball is to be washed. So I want to
Can you
get out before then, but still like feel like I don't have anything left. Like that gray area of
seriously?
that's
So
how
I
I
got a
want to
serious
leave.
question. Is
Okay.
it possible to be washed in Japan? Like dudes
Yes.
are playing out there till they're like 50, bro.
Yeah, but that just because you're playing doesn't mean you're not washed. Just because you are able to get a job does not mean that you're not washed. So I feel like people who
I don't know.
all right, so people who let's just say like they don't fit well with teams or like they're very talented, but they just hotheads, knuckleheads, whatever, like that. They don't get a job, but somebody who is team first, somebody who knows the rope, somebody who's not going to cause any problems, they're more likely to get a job, even if they might not have it anymore, just because that's how it is in Japan.
Overseas?
I'm talking about you said Japan. I'm just
Oh,
talking about
really? Like
Japan
in
in
Japan,
general.
they just
Yeah.
giving people jobs just cause.
If you've been around and proven yourself that you can because Japan is a different kind of basketball than you've been
Yeah,
here, you play here
yeah,
before.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like they're big on respect, they're big on being, you know what I
yeah.
mean, accountable with your teammates and everything like that, not being a distraction. So if somebody comes in is like that, they'll more likely get a job than somebody who comes in is way more talented but is hard to deal with.
Over
I've seen it
somebody who
happen.
get
I've seen it
buckets,
I've seen it happen before.
they still
I s-
got buckets though, bro. Like they
no, no,
still
no.
get buckets.
I
The
I
person you're saying that's washed is still getting buckets.
no. They're
No.
averaging they're averaging like 8 points. 6, 8 points. If you call that getting buckets, but they just know how to play
Wow.
and they won't mess anything up.
I never seen that overseas.
I see it all the time. I
They,
see it all the
they,
time in Japan. I
they
know a
sneak.
dude here that he led the B League in points and
Mm-hmm.
was an MVP, and he's playing in B2 now.
Mm.
This was like a year ago. Just
Is he
because
killing them?
of the reputation. Yeah, averaging
Did he?
triple doubles and everything. He's just a hothead and just like no was difficult to deal with. And he's in playing in B2 now, which
Did he?
everybody knows he's good enough to play at the
Oh,
top level.
you
But
talking about Logan Rout? Shout out to Logan, man. Hothead. He's killing down there though. Have you run
shout out
into him?
Logan. I was just with him the other day. Shout out
Hey,
Logan.
Logan is different, bro. He be talking shit.
Hey man. Hey, people come to Japan and get in a bag. They get in a different
Yo,
yo. They get in a bag. Shout out
he
Logan. Shout out Nate. We got a couple other
Nate
mountain.
over
Nate
there.
Adrian. Yeah.
I ain't follow up what Nate was doing. How he
hmm
doing?
I don't know. I talked with Logan. He said he's doing pretty good. Also
Oh, they
shout out
both
Logan. He just got engaged, so to his girlfriend.
idiot.
I know you.
What? So what? They playing the same league, Logan and Nate.
Nate plays in B2. Logan plays in B3.
Uh, yeah, Logan dunked on somebody and was like, "Little bitty ass boy."
Now Logan in
He
his bag. Hey, this the perfect league for Logan. I feel like this is he's gonna yeah, he's gonna move up in this league for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Cause they
Yeah.
love his style. They love, yeah, they
I'm
he'll move
happy to
up.
see it too. I feel like he's come a long way. in
But
basketball in general.
shout out to him. He got engaged for some reason. Did you give him any advice?
Did I give him advice?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Sometimes you learn what not to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Am I
mean?
the perfect person to give him advice?
Yeah, I take advice from everybody. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I'm not good at giving advice, so I try to stay away
I'm
from.
not good at giving advice.
I try to stay away from that.
So what's your have you thought about after you hoop what route you're gonna take as far as career coaching with Missoula? Shout out to Joe, just hired Deshaun, just hired Sham. You know what I mean? You got throw KJ on the you know what I mean?
I
Video
definitely know
coordinator.
I don't want to coach. I know
Not
that for
for the
sure.
Celtics. So Joe was like, yo, I'm come be on the staff, Celtics, big man coach. No?
No,
That ass.
I would
I
actually
know money isn't a factor for you.
let me not say that. I would try it out just to be like, okay, I need to know for sure. Like this is like I'm not with it. Just even this summer, just the little stuff that I did with as far as Best Virginia, I'm
Bro,
like,
you can't,
I
you
couldn't
can't
take a whole season of no, but it I couldn't
it's
take a
not the
whole
same.
season of doing it. I think it's all
You're
the same.
comparing the Boston Celtics to these slaps that you had coached this summer. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm
I
not
think you
comparing. I'm just comparing the situations of having to deal with different. There's egos on, regardless of what team it is. There's egos on every team, and just having to
mm,
manage those. And I shout out to the coaches that do it and are able to do that. I just don't know if I could do that,
true. So
especially a
what
whole
route
season.
you have you thought about what route you gonna take?
Yeah, I want to do TV analysis. I want to do broadcasting.
True. Shout out to Meg
I
Hosey.
just
She's with ESPN Plus.
is she?
Yeah, you might want
I
to talk
do
to her.
want to I do want to reach out to like people like Tony Caridi, people like her, people like Nate who have done that before. He's done some of the WVU basketball games, you know.
Nate
Chase,
Adrian?
yeah, Nate Adrian, Chase has done some too, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not something I can just walk into and it's something I gotta practice, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
I think a job for me is something that I would do for free, but you
yeah,
just so happen to do it as a job. That's the kind of job that I want. And I feel like that would for me, I just love talking the game and love, yeah,
yeah.
kind of
But
spreading knowledge about the game and what's going on. So
I think a tough adjustment is like when you hoop and like like what you got to do to get better. Like like
right.
if you need to work on your jump shot, you got a bad game this game. You got to go get shots up and do this better. You got to play defense next game. I think trying to translate that to the real world, like you have a bad day at being a financial advisor, like it's like what do you do? Like what reps do you take to get better at being? You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that. Like that's what I'm still trying to adjust to. Like how do you get better? Like I know I could study and do more research, but how do you apply that to the game, so to speak?
Yeah. But I feel like, do you think you should be looking at it as like a game? Because it's not. So I feel like that's where people get caught up is like you're trying to correlate it to something that it's not. So
I
maybe you're
mean,
trying to handle it in that way. It's like getting better at something. It's like I feel like the only way you can get better with that is like experience
mm,
with anything is like the
I,
biggest way of getting better with something. There's no
I mean,
reps that you could I mean, well, I guess the experience is the reps.
yeah, I mean, it's competitive. I mean, being a broadcaster, you can really do the same thing. Like you can look at film of how you did last time. You
Mhm.
can change and adjust on what you did. But how do you move up? Like, how do you know if you're good? How do you rank yourself amongst other broadcasters? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
I
think
knew
your
like,
pay.
huh?
It's like I think you
Your
well, I can't
pay?
even say it. I said, yeah, the way you get paid is how you rank yourself amongst just like anything else. Is just like the who people deem the better anything it gets paid more.
True. Yeah, I mean that's just shit. Like like the competitiveness. Like, is it competitive in broadcasting? Like, are you trying to
I'm
beat
sure
out
it
the next
is.
person for the job? Like, is that type of shit.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
I
I
should
feel
look at
it.
it in basketball terms. I look at everything in basketball terms.
I mean, that's all we that's all we've ever known. So yeah, I get it.
Right.
It definitely is like, and again, like I know that life after basketball won't I hope it's smooth. I know that everybody who's done it hasn't had the easiest transition, but there's maybe some people who have had easy transition. So it's different for everybody. I feel like I have enough people who are retired now who like tell me about the pitfalls that may happen. So I'm ready for that part of my life now. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of not playing basketball. Of course, I'm gonna miss it, but I'm not scared of
It's
not
just a big
being.
change, bro. It's just
Yeah,
like a
of
sea
course.
Have you said when you want to retire?
after
My
the
goal has
tour.
always been to play until 35, and I'm 35 right now. So essentially, this would be
Oh
my
my
last season.
god.
John's thinking if you could just hold it out one more season, he has a great portfolio of stuff ready to go.
I think people, not just you, John, but just like people in general, like around me, it's like, nah, you can't stop now. Like they kind of like living vicariously through me because they're not playing basketball anymore,
What you
and they're
need to
like,
do
you're
is
the last of us.
sit down with your financial advisor, go through the pros, list the cons, and if it's ready, it's time, then it's time. You know what I mean?
What would be the pros and the? I don't know what I would list
I
to
mean
be like.
the
It's time to.
pros, easy money, tax free.
It's not
You
easy
get
money. See, that's
you get to
the
play you get to play basketball for a living. That's
that doesn't make it easy.
can I list my pros and then I'm
Okay,
gonna
my
list
bad.
the
All right, go ahead, go ahead. My bad. Cut your
easy
wisdom.
money. It's easy money. It's tax free money. You get to play basketball for a living. You get to travel the world. Dave, you can think of anything else?
You get to introduce yourself to a whole new group of people. So, like home, you're kind of a West Virginia, New York person, but in Japan, you're a cultural icon, man.
Mm,
You're really limiting your pool of fans.
Limiting my
all
pool.
right. Cons. You're just away from home. You missing holidays. You missing
See,
birthdays.
yeah, nah, I like how when you like you do this, and then for the pros, and then the cons, like, oh, you just like that's not nothing.
That's the
I
cons
mean, you've
though.
got more birthdays to come, but you only have so many playing years.
And I
You're
played
missing
13 of them, so it's like when
Wow,
is enough?
13.
When is enough enough
13's
though?
unlucky.
When
13's
is it?
unlucky. There you go.
you can't
That's
stop
that's
them.
kind of what I think of like certain. I'm like, when is enough enough? Like I can keep playing forever if like not forever, but like I can keep playing for a long time. But it's like for me, again, like I said before, I don't want to just hang on just because I'm making money. That's never been me when it comes to basketball.
Mm. Yeah. Well, fans, final forecasters, let us know what KJ should do, and he'll base his decision.
I'm not listening to you.
Kevin's basically saying he really doesn't need a second vote on Cheat League. He's fine with just one.
Should we retire? Should he retire? Should we throw his retirement party this summer or wait one more year? I say at least one more year, but decision's up to you.
I don't, and again, I don't know. This is not a solid. This is things that I've been thinking about, so it's not a solid
Farewell
decision.
tour.
I don't need
Farewell
a
tour.
farewell tour.
Get
I
your
do not need
marketing up.
one of those.
That's
Your
a
agent's
great.
gonna have a heart attack when he listens to this, by the way.
That's a
I
great.
told him the same thing I'm telling y'all.
So he should be setting it up.
Saying what up?
The farewell tour. You're doing the farewell tour. You're putting on social media, the marketing. Everyone loves to hire athletes, so you'll have people reaching out to you like, "Oh, what are you doing now? You want to get into broadcasting? Start opening the doors now with
Why
the
don't you
farewell."
set it up for me since you so
All
invested
right.
in it?
So you gotta play one more
And you
year.
know, I'll play one more year if you set it up. If you set up my
Right.
You play
farewell
one
tour,
more
then.
year,
You're
and John
lost.
follows you with a camera crew, and it's
Ooh.
called The End of a Legend.
Nah, we're not doing that. Not that title. The great idea, not the title. It's not the end.
Yeah, that just makes me seem like a.
Yeah. We won't even
Yeah.
say it. All right. Dave's an idiot. But yeah,
Nah.
athletes retire twice though. You know what I mean? So it's a retirement and you gotta pick up. But yeah, I'll set that up for sure. Get a crew over Japan. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
I think,
go
dude,
ahead.
like I'm a nah, I'm not gonna say that.
What? How you going? All
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna say when I if I do decide to play another year, I would do it just for me, like just to go crazy. Like
Mm,
go to a team that's like not
fact.
competitive, not and I'm just like
Partying.
letting all the clips go. Like letting every clip go that I'm like, yeah, I just there's nothing else I can do. I can barely
Bro,
walk off this court.
that's that's literally what I did. I don't know what you mean by crazy. Like you mean like playing hard?
No, like
Uh,
just taking like just going crazy, just like
yeah.
being able to
That's
do I've never I I don't think I've ever experienced that freedom of like really feeling like I could do whatever I want. And I just want
yeah.
and if I'm gonna play one more year, I just want that feeling of like, what can I do if I'm given like the ultimate green light?
That's
And maybe it's
lit.
nothing.
That's literally what I did my last year, bro. I wore number 69. Like it was a big ass joke. I was pulling from half court. I was just doing whatever, bro. Like shout out to
Uh,
DeAndre Liggins. I hooped with him my last year. Yeah, like that's lit. I went to South America just for that reason, bro.
right.
Just to do what I want, have fun. It's fun. The city was fun. Hot weather the whole year. Didn't travel a lot. Got good money. So
Yeah.
yeah, I went out. I think the way I wanted to go out.
Right.
I
For
got it. I
me,
got ejected. I got ejected my last game of the.
that's a John. That's such a John thing
We
to
went to the
happen
finals
to.
too, though. So it is what it is.
See, you got the best of both worlds. Then, like I think I'm using this year as like, okay, this I feel like this is the best, not the best time, but one of the best times in my career that I have a team that I really feel confident in that we could do something like special.
Yeah,
So I'm
you win a
using this time as
championship, you
like
might.
I'm all in to the whatever I got to do for the team, like whatever sacrifices I got to make for the team. It's not about me, whatever. Like I'm trying to get this done. Now, if that don't work out, I'm going I'm going crazy. If I play one more year, I'm going crazy. So
Yeah, I would. I would. I just enjoy it, bro. Like they fire you, they fire you. Like
yeah.
that's seriously. That was my mindset. Like I'm not. I woke up like if I don't feel like going to practice, I'm not going to practice. You send me home. You send me home. I'm not going.
All right, I'm not gonna go that far.
That's what I was doing, bro. Like some days I just wake up like, yo, I'm not going to this
See,
bullshit
that's
today.
that's something different. I'm just talking about I'm just talking about literally just in game. I'm not talking about like missing practice and stuff
I'm
like
talking
that.
about in life, and I still put the work in, bro. Like
Yeah.
I still when I went, but I didn't go to like the bullshit stuff, like the conditioning in the morning, like on the
Walkthroughs.
playing soccer and that dumbass shit. I was like, I'm not doing that, bro.
John just show up on game day like, all right, what's the plan? What we doing?
And drop 30. What you talking about? Nah, my last year was fun as hell, bro. I wouldn't trade that shit for
Yeah. I want one of those. I'm not gonna lie. I will want one of those.
nothing. But other news, since you've been gone. WVU's been in shambles. WVU sports this last week has just been it
Yeah.
was a bad week for West Virginia
Yeah.
sports, football, basketball, volleyball. I went to the volleyball game. They got punished by Arizona. Uh, oh my god, bro! I didn't
Why were you
even
at the
tell you,
volleyball game? Oh, I'm not
bro.
even gonna ask
Listen
you.
to this, bro. So Jamie Smulligan was in town. His family's in town. We all took the kids to the volleyball game. I go to the volleyball game. There's a volleyball reunion.
Mm,
Guess who was there, bro?
I love.
Don't say no names.
Yeah, but I can if it's the
You
person I'm
know.
thinking, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Since
And
you
was
been
it was it
gone.
awkward? Like what was like the
Yes,
vibe?
bro.
I would
And
figure it's so far apart though.
it was like we was beefing or something, but we not beefing. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I have no idea. But I was like happy to see her, but then like she was like she didn't speak. She said hello, like she didn't even say hello. She was like,
Just kind of
"Hey,"
give you a head
it's
nod.
just weird, bro. Like I want a hug. You know what I mean?
Right. But some people see that's weird. But some people hold on to stuff that you would just think like, oh yeah, that happened, whatever. We was in college,
Yeah,
whatever. But people still be holding on to that stuff for whatever
yeah.
reason. So you just
I
never
used to
know.
be my dog though, bro. Like I really love that dude. I mean that girl. She was yeah. But it is what it is. Like she got family now, a beautiful family. It is what it is. But like you said, I was thinking that too. Like, damn, was I really That big of
Yeah.
a fucking asshole. She
Probably.
did me wrong. I did her wrong. Nah, we was some idiots though. Like that's what I was thinking the most. Like we was some fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Anyways, but back to the bad weekend. WVU football lost. Did you watch any of these games?
No, I can't watch them live, so I watch them. I watch highlights, of course, as always.
Where it is what it is. So they lost to the Baylor Bears 49-35. It wasn't
Your boy was back. How'd you feel
who,
about that? Garrett Green.
who
How'd you feel about that? Him getting back into the lineup.
for honestly, I think
Yeah.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like we
Mm.
go 1, 2, 3 games in a row.
Huh.
Let them cook.
Interesting. That you feel that way. It's interesting.
Let them cook.
Okay.
What, how's that? How's that interesting?
You were
Though?
just caping for him so hard that I would have thought
I
that you would
get
have
it.
been ecstatic that he was back.
I get it from a coaching standpoint too. Like when Deshaun, I mean not Deshaun, Ebanks was out for a little bit. You know what I mean? I came in, starting, cooking. You know what I mean? Doing my thing. He get healthy again, and I was like, let's get back
It's
to
over.
Ebanks, man. You know how it is. I know how it is. So
He had a good game, a decent. Well, no, it's a good game. They had 30. We scored 35. He was 9 for. Oh, no, the passing percentages wasn't that good, but he threw 2 touchdowns, ran for 2, 129 yards. That's a good game. We just couldn't stop nobody.
yeah, 45 points is a lot.
49. Like we just couldn't stop.
God,
Yeah, we
that's
just couldn't.
basketball numbers, bro.
It reminds me of the old Big 12 when Gino and they was Gino and Stedman and Tavon, they was scoring 60 and 70
Yeah,
on, you know
yeah,
what I mean? It
Gino.
remind me of those.
You said the old school days and said Gino. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's what it kind of it's crazy. He's
Damn.
league 10 plus years now, so it is kind of
Yeah.
the old school.
But they was giving up 9 points too, huh? Pat White and them
Yeah.
wasn't giving up that many points, bro. It was always a lopsided game.
I think it's just like the hot I think it's just like the way the offenses are built. They're explosive, like especially in the Big 12. I feel like offenses are very explosive. So it's good to see that we were able to score the way we were, but also the fact that we couldn't stop anybody is that it's just like it doesn't matter if you score 30 and the person you guarding scores 40,
Word.
you it's like you minus 10.
Yeah.
So
They need to just go and hire me as a defensive coordinator, bro. Because I
didn't
was
they
a
just
defensive
fire the
all
defensive
11.
coordinator?
Oh yeah, you ain't yeah. We talked about it last. He just got arrested. But yeah, it's a whole new story.
Yeah. That sucks to be fired and then arrested. That's like you just had
He
a
just
bad
going I
you
feel
just
like he going through it, bro.
damn. But anyway, we play UCF is our next game. They're 4-6. We're 5-5, so pretty much the same.
Last home game. I think I'm gonna go out. How do you
What you
think fans are feeling?
um I don't know, man. I just feel obviously they're fed up. There's people 1-0 Brown gone. What else is new?
Is that a
I
realistic thought at this point?
how much money would we have to eat to to fire him again?
Now, when you
It was
say
like 10
fire,
million.
what you talking?
So when you so how much exactly will we lose to
Dave, what was it like?
I think it's
13?
like a 10 million now, and it goes down after that. But there is an article. I don't know if you saw it, but there's rumors that Neil is potentially being targeted by UMass, who just fired their coach because he is an alum of that program.
how can you be targeted and you're not even fired from your job you got now? Is that possible?
Because they could work with the agents to do the buyout, and WVU could waive the buyout and let him go, and then they would save money. They'd have a new space for a coach.
That'd be crazy.
I honestly, that's the best case scenario for us. Like this as a university. And like if we're really looking trying to invest in a new coach, that's the best case scenario.
So this is from Shyla Callahan from West Virginia Sports Illustrated. According to Garrett Coate of the Daily Hampshire Gazette, Neil Brown could be considered by UMass's administration. Quote, another top choice is Neil Brown, the current head coach at West Virginia, where he has gone 36-34 and won 2 bowl games since taking over in 2019. Brown played wide receiver at UMass in the early 2000s before joining the Minutemen staff as the tight ends coach. UMass Chancellor Javier Reyes crossed paths and was very involved with Neil Brown at West Virginia, and the Paul Gorham Auditorium inside of the Martin Jacobson Football Performance Center was donated by Neil Brown and his wife, Brooke.
Got a lot of
Javier
ties
Reyes used to
there.
run our business school here.
I just yeah, he's definitely underperformed from what we expected of him. I this is tough because they're not just a bunch of great coaches floating around. I don't know. The grass ain't always greener.
So this is a rumor. Another theory that's going around is, I think it's Jimbo Fisher,
Jimbo
or
Fisher.
he
Yeah.
lives in Clarksburg, West Virginia. He got a
Jimbo
house out here.
Fisher, Nick Saban.
Nick
What if
Saban.
Nick Saban comes back? We can do. He's not.
One of them two.
Kevin, if you just played one more season, we could afford him, and it's very selfish that you're not.
One of those two live in Clarksburg though, and they're teeing it up. That's what they said. They just moved back to Clarksburg. They're trying to get back. That's the rumor. I don't know.
Yeah, we're holding on to we're fishing. We're fishing for sure. We're just holding on to anything right now, huh? I hope it happens, but I just don't want us to move on from Neil Brown and we get in an even worse situation. And it's like, oh, we should have just kept Neil Brown if we was going to do this. It's like people, I don't know. It's not just a whole bunch of high level coach. There's a maybe a little more than a handful of high level coaches that you and high level programs that you expect to win and be in the college football playoffs every year. So the fact that we're not, I don't think is that big of a slight because there's so many others that are in our same position. There's only 4 teams that can make the college football playoffs.
Mm.
Everybody else is bowl eligible for a game, whatever like that. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of conflicted on it.
If we win one more game, we're bowl eligible.
Yeah.
That's how crazy that is.
So,
But yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Random question: if I became a coach of a high, you wouldn't you wouldn't get on my staff?
No, John. You
That's
literally
wild.
just said you would wake up and feel like not coming to work. So no, I would not be. It's like I guess he's our head. I guess Kev's the head coach now. John woke up and didn't feel like coaching today.
You got him today, Kev. Fuck it.
John comes in with the hat like Hugs did. Hair all messed up and shit.
You can't do that no more, bro. Like that's not even a thing anymore. Whatever, bro.
Oh man.
Speaking of basketball, I think WVU had their first big test that they failed against Pitt. And failed miserably.
It was bad. Very bad.
I
It was
didn't watch the game.
although I didn't watch the game, but I seen although it was at Pitt, but you can't in a rivalry game, it should always be close, regardless of how far apart the teams are in talent or whatever. Just the fact of that it's a rivalry, no matter how good Pitt was and how good we were, and the vice versa, there was always a competitive game. There was never really any blowouts.
Nope.
So you got to at least keep it close.
We lost 91-79 against Pitt at Pitt for TBT, and the men lost 86-62.
Damn, I didn't even think
so
about
it's
that.
Very, very close for both.
TBT don't count.
No, very close for both. No, 86-62
similar,
ain't close.
Similar losses. No, 86-62 and 91-79.
That's a double. Their
coach was talking crazy too before that game, bro. He wasn't talking crazy, but he was just like, he said this before the game. He said, it's not a quote, but he said, this year's team isn't as tough as recent years' teams.
I could buy that.
That would have pissed me the fuck off. As a new player on this team, bro, I don't even know if it got chippy out there, bro, but I'm head hunting if I hear that. Like, what?
I mean, you can't. Is the game? This was before the game or after the game?
Before the game.
Oh, this was before. I thought he said that after they
Yeah.
beat him. Oh, that's disrespectful. I thought he said that after he beat him. I was like,
Crazy.
oh, okay, he got meaning. It seems like he got a point, but before the game is crazy.
I probably would have dove over into the bench and just into the coach, bro. Like that's what you mean. Like, what do you mean?
That's
Like what?
bold to go into a rivalry game with that kind of confidence to say that.
Hey, he backed it up though.
He did. He definitely did. Well,
Jeff Capel
his
said,
team did.
obviously they're different from when Coach Bob Huggins was there. It seems like they're more offensively oriented than the Coach Huggins teams. They play good defense, but they're not as physical and rugged as those teams were.
Oh, to show
I don't
you.
see where that was like a slight.
As a player, bro, as a new coach coming in there, I'm feeling some type of way. As a fan, that might be true, but as a player, like you just gave me my motivation for the next
Right.
fucking game.
No, I agree. But I just feel like he ain't jump out the window like I thought when you first said it. He ain't jump out the window. He kept it. He was still sneak dissing, but he kept it like classy though, a little bit.
Maybe that's just how our mentality used to be. We used to look for anything, like
Yeah, for sure.
anything to just get going, bro.
But you got to remember too, though, these guys aren't 4-year guys,
Yeah,
so they don't they hear everybody like, oh, you got to beat Pip, you got to, but I don't want to say they not invested because that's not the right way to put it, but they haven't been through the rivalry like we have every single year, like counting it down on our calendar. Like I don't think the rivalry is at that point. One, because we're not both in the same conference, so we can't play them twice. So if you lose, which I feel like should be more motivation, because if you lose once, ain't no get back.
What?
You just gotta wait till next season we play them.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild, bro. But Damian Dunn on their team had 23. Ishmael Leggett had 15. Cameron Corhan had 14. Another guy, Guillermo Diaz, had 10. Our high score was 12. Javon Small. Tucker DeVries had 6.
I like him. He's a freshman, right? No, the Javon Small is the point guard. There's a freshman that's pretty good that I like.
Yeah,
Can't remember his name.
Jonathan Powell.
Yeah. I like him. He's gonna be good.
Nah, he's tough. Oh, he had 18. I think I just saw. Hold up, let me press back.
So what do you do after like where do we go from here? We play Iona next.
Beat
What
Iona.
you think that automatically? You think that
29 minutes? That's tough. That's
you
Deshaun
think?
Butler.
Can you repeat that, John? Can you repeat that? Because I couldn't hear that. You were a bit away from the mic.
Jonathan Powell had 16 points in 29 minutes, 6 of 12 shooting, 4 of 10 from 3. Yeah, that's tough as a freshman, though. In that atmosphere. Somebody shot 2 air balls back to back. I don't know if you saw that. Free throws.
Who?
I forgot who it was, bro.
On our team?
Yeah.
Shot back-to-back air ball free throws?
2 back-to-back air balls. And I was thinking, like, it was the air balls. Was that a...
I think that was more, even though I don't think it's the pit of old where it was just kind of crazy. You knew what you was gonna walk in yourself into, but just like the magnitude of the game in itself and the rivalry, I think will be enough to have somebody. I don't know about 2 airball free throws, but it can be nerve-wracking.
2 air ball free throws, bro? That's crazy. What's the toughest place you played at?
In college?
Not the toughest, most intimidating place you played.
In college?
Yeah.
Most intimidating. I would say Pitt.
Get the fuck, bro.
I would say Pitt.
That place was not intimidating. I mean, I used to go out there and have fun. I used to shoot air balls on purpose in the layup line.
But you enjoyed that though. You
Yeah.
got a different
But
kinda mindset than I did. I was all you know how we would be the week before that game. You gotta win that game. You know what they most of the times we played them, they were one of the top teams in the country. So it's like that was always nerve-wracking in itself, like who they had on their team. And then you get in there and he's got your personal information. He's calling me Chubby Chaser when I was there. So it's like, how am I? They literally had a picture of one of my friends from high school who's a bigger girl. I think we talked about this before. And it was
yeah.
like Chubby Chaser. And when I was in the game, and I was like, shut up, Dave. Don't
Yo,
laugh
that's
at that.
hilarious. That's great. I don't remember that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that that's like, bro, they looked on my Facebook and found that picture.
Embrace it, bro. You like the big girls, man. You like the
Yeah.
big girls.
Big girls need love too, Craig.
That's hilarious. I love that. That was fun. I used to mess with them. I used to talk to them like the zoo crew. It was a friendly, like little rivalry. It wasn't a crazy rivalry when you look back at it. Like it was just a friendly rivalry. They could have said worse. They could have
I
did
mean,
worse.
nobody was getting killed, if that's what you mean. Yeah, it was, yeah, as in basketball terms, it wasn't a friendly rivalry, I don't think. Somebody
Nah,
threw a battery at their head coach while
it was
in
a,
Morgantown.
it was a
You don't
nickel.
remember that?
It wasn't a battery. It was a
What was
nickel.
it?
Was that the
Regardless,
Huggins like
whatever.
don't be stupid thing?
Yeah. So what are you talking about? It was a friendly. What are you talking
It was a
about?
friendly
You
little
literally
banner.
tried to snuff McGee. What are you talking about?
Do you remember playing at Purdue?
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't know why people said that wasn't. I didn't think that was intimidating at all.
That was the craziest game I ever played in my not my life, but in
Nah,
college that was a hostile environment, bro.
nah.
Like those fans are talking shit. Like
It was only
you
hostile.
fucking suck.
Yeah, because no fans have ever said that while we've been on the court before.
Nah, bro. Nah.
It was. I think it was only hostile because we were both undefeated, going top 10 teams
Oh
going into
yeah.
the same. I think that's what made it. But even at that, I didn't find it. Nah. I'm
Did they
gonna
rush
say
the
Pitt.
court?
No, because they blew us out. Why would they rush? They ain't rushed the. I think they
Because
were they ranked higher than us?
yeah, they could have been.
They were ranked higher. They wasn't rushing the court.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah. Yeah, that was the good old days, man.
Good old days. Well, we have next up we have Iona and then Gonzaga.
Iona's always a good team in their conference too. That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then Gonzaga. You know our history with Gonzaga. I don't think we've beaten Gonzaga that I remember.
Iona is 1-3 right now.
we would have beat the hell out of Gonzaga if I would have played them. I don't know what the hell y'all had going on. Y'all just started some bullshit. You started a whole, and it all started with KJ.
It definitely did. They whooped our ass in the NCAA tournament my senior. They sent me home. They finished my WVU career. I hate them for that.
Yeah, I went out on Kentucky, so you know what I mean. It wasn't no bum ass Gonzaga.
Probably didn't do shit that game either.
I didn't. I played like shit. I was
Nah,
ready to
but
go.
so what we expecting? Like what we expect because Gonzaga's a top 5 team and the number 3 to be exact in the country.
For real?
So yeah, again, well that's what they are
Damn.
consistently, pretty much a top 25 team. So what we expecting, man? Are we thinking that we're gonna learn from? Is there anything that we can do to get ready for that matchup, or is it just like?
I I haven't watched Gonzaga play, but if they're like history, like they got a solid big man
Mhm.
and a bunch of shooters and a bunch of guys with high IQs around them.
International big man, international point guard, athletic 3-man. That's usually Gonzaga's like
One
recipe.
one one black guy. Yep.
Yeah, athletic as shit though. Like,
I'm looking at their roster right now, and there are several black guys. So
oh, is
joke's
it
on you.
okay? So it's a new, I mean, new turnover.
Diversity, equity, inclusion. All right, Gonzaga.
Are they really light skinned though, or are they like? Because
You can
they had
look.
some
You
light
can
skinned
look at
black guys
the.
too.
I sent the roster right there. If you click it.
Huh? Let me see.
You did not send it.
Or do they have a bunch of Drakes on their team?
Tricks.
Yep, foreign big man. Yep, three
Yeah,
man that
right.
got bounced. I could see it already.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got a couple.
yeah, it's not looking good, man.
But I'm gonna choose to be optimistic as always.
The typical white boy with long hair, little mullet. He's the one. I don't even know their team. Number
I
35, Gonzaga. He's going to give us 30. All right?
I think that I think we'll have a bounce back game against Iona, and I think we will go into Gonzaga. It's the battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas. I think we'll go into the Gonzaga game more prepared just because of what we just came out of with the Pitt game. I think even though we got blown out, it was the experience to kind of see, kind of gauge where we are. And I'm sure nobody liked what they saw, and they will work on that. I just don't know from a talent perspective if there's anything we can do. You could always play harder, you could always more execution, this and that. But from a talent perspective, sometimes you're just not better than the
Yeah.
other team, no matter how hard you play. Sometimes that's the reality of it.
Yeah, we don't have a big man. That's going to kill us. But my players to watch on this Gonzaga team 35, long hair. Noah is a 6'9, 245-pound redshirt junior. I think he's getting buckets. My other player to watch is number 99. Look at this guy. Super tatted, and he's wearing number 99.
Yeah, he don't care. Is that a Deadpool tattoo on his knee?
He is a
Uh
guard, a 6'5", 185-pound guard graduate student from Hillside, New Jersey.
Ryan Nimbard. I think that might be the brother. I think his brother played at Gonzaga too, so he might be nice. His brother's plays for
Now,
the
his name is Khalif
Pacers.
Battle.
No, number 0, Ryan
Oh,
Nimbard. He
Kev,
in
did you
the
say
middle with the back.
99?
yeah,
He
His
said
99.
right
no.
tattoo?
Yeah,
His leg.
is that
I
Deadpool?
think that's a peace sign.
Oh, I thought that was a Deadpool mask. It don't look like a Deadpool mask to you.
I don't know. Super tatted. And
Um,
he wears number 99. Look out for him.
yeah, it looks like yeah. Got a guy
So,
from
yeah,
South Korea. They're big on their international players.
yeah, shout out to them. We'll see how that
No
goes.
shout out to them. What are you talking about? Ain't no shout out to them.
We'll see how the game goes. I'm a fair sportsman. You know what I mean? Fair
No, you're
sport.
not. You literally said we were gonna get smacked. That's
I
not
did
fair.
not say that.
Yeah,
Bro.
you did say that.
What are you
Dave,
talking about?
did he not say that?
No, I did not say that.
You think
We'll
I
see.
pay attention to what John says most of the times?
We'll see how the game goes,
I
man.
just so I'm curious. Has there been any fired Coach DeVries talk in the air lately? Bring back Coach Huggins talk.
Nah.
I know there's somebody out there saying it.
Nope.
On certain Facebook groups, yes, but they're the type of people that just go insane like halfway into a game, and then we end up coming back and like, oh yeah, well, we still need to like.
Bro, we could have
Fine.
one loss and be like, see, season's over. I knew it. I knew we were gonna be in the same position. I'm like, yo, chill out. Like, it's one game.
Speaking of bringing Coach Huggs back, what about TBT? What do you think?
I thought we gave up on that dream already.
I mean, it's a reality now. He's done coaching. Like, this is his first year not coaching.
No, it's not his first year not coaching.
What did he do last year?
It's
He
not
got
his first
fired
year
before
not
the
coaching.
season.
Oh yeah,
No,
he did give.
Josh.
Yeah,
Huh?
There was a Josh year, right?
Josh. Yeah, Josh.
He
was
got
last year.
fired after TBT, David.
Oh, TBT.
But coaching TBT, I would love that, but I don't know if he could coach TBT.
Why not?
As
He
far
has no
as
job.
far
You ain't
as
got no job. You ain't got
I'm
nothing
not
to do.
talking about that part. I'm just talking about where it's very I don't know. It's just it's a lot of time to not a lot of time to prepare. Dudes are gonna
Mhm.
show up a week before, and he's not really gonna be listening and locked in on you like that. People don't have a whole lot invested into it. I don't know if he can coach in that kind of circumstance.
True. It could be the Billy Hunt.
Just sit on the bench
I want him
and yell
involved
random
somewhere.
shit.
We'll see.
Oh, Coach
That would
Holland.
be hilarious if he just cut some people out. That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
But we'll see. I'm gonna see what's up. We'll talk about it later.
yeah. Well, besides, oh, yo, I want to give a shout out to women's basketball team.
Oh yeah. They won. They beat
They
Texas
are
A&M.
doing their thing right now. I want to say they're ranked in they're like top 15. I think they are number 15 in the country
Second
right
in the Big
now.
12 too. Yeah,
Second in the Big 12. Hey man, that
13th in the country.
hey, they are
Oh, they're currently
nice.
playing right now,
They are nice.
61-38 against the Bowling Green Falcons, and it's the fourth quarter with 7 minutes 56 remaining.
JJ Quinterly, she
Oh,
has a real
63
good
now.
shot at
The
going to
lead.
the W. Yeah. I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna call it the W.
Yeah. So I watched like three more games than the men's games of them playing, and she was struggling going. She just had a really good breakout game. She was struggling before. I think she's putting a lot of pressure on herself. She just gotta relax and hoop. But
Yeah.
they got a squad though.
I mean,
Women's basketball.
she's averaging 17.
Yeah, I
So
think last year she had like 28.
yeah,
She's scoring, you know what I mean? She getting buckets, but percentage
um
wise, probably down.
yeah, I just want to shout out them because you know what I mean. I feel like people often look. Which I think. Have you been to girls' basketball games lately? Women's basketball
I
games?
got I got season tickets.
I feel like they are getting more fanfare and people are showing up more. So shout out to the fans who are showing up and recognizing that like the girls are doing like great things as well.
Yeah.
Especially after last season. I think last season kind of was cool because they got to play Caitlin Clark and they got that exposure on them and they took them down to the brink. And I feel like we're a few bad calls or questionable calls away from maybe upsetting them.
Yeah. Nah,
So
they got a squad. Shout out to Coach Kellogg.
yeah, he's been doing wonders with that program since he took over. So shout out to them and hopefully they keep on doing great. Yeah, man.
We think we could ever be a women's basketball school?
Like a Tennessee or South
Iowa.
Carolina, something like that.
Yeah.
Um You want me to be honest? No.
Why not?
I just think it won't be allowed to be like that.
I think it starts with just marketing, man.
Which
I think it all starts with
I
just marketing.
agree. Which I
I think
feel
the
like it won't be allowed to be marketed like that.
why?
I don't know. I just think that people are not gonna put a premium on like they'll show up to the games. They'll watch them, but I don't think it will be they won't be pushed to be the face of the university as far as sports. I don't think so.
So if they make it to the Elite Eight,
Cause you gotta think about it too. When Coach Carey was there, they were doing the same thing. They were consistent NCAA tournament teams. They won a Big 12 championship with him there, and they weren't pushed to the
eh,
front. So
that
would we expect that now?
was a different time, bro. Like,
What do you mean?
that
Different
was
how?
before Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark changed the game for real. She changed the way people look at women's basketball, bro.
Okay.
So I think she brought more fans to the sport in general. But that's why I said I think it's about marketing. Like if you market the right way, like and you have a good team, like we have a good team, there's no reason why you shouldn't market and get people there. You know what I mean?
No, I hope you're right. I would that would be cool. That'd be dope actually. I don't know what that would say for like our other sports that I think that them being pushed to the front would mean that our other sports aren't that good just from the history of WVU knowing their history that like football, top, men's basketball, and then every other sport, any other sport that's good is usually behind that. So in my opinion, I think that if women's, which I hope happens, but if women's basketball gets pushed to the front, then that probably means that our other two top teams that are usually top teams are not that good, in my
Mm.
opinion.
Yeah, I think we just push revenue generators. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna push the football team because they make the most money. Push
I
the
agree.
basketball team 'cause they make the most money. But I like the question is, do we think women's basketball could eventually make as much money as men's?
I don't. Just be honest.
We'll see. I guess we gotta wait for Violet Renee.
I think that they will get to a point where it's like respectable, because now it's just laughable. You know what I mean? As far as like no, I'm talking about like in a bad way, that they should be getting paid way more money, but they're not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is laughable in that way. Is like the gap between men's sports and women's sports is, you know what I mean? The gap is very, I think the gap will shorten. I don't, how much it will shorten, I don't know.
So what
But
has
like
to
you said,
happen in your
Caitlin,
eyes for it to be for that to happen though? We gotta win. We gotta market better. Like
are you talking about WVU or just women's sports in general?
WVU. I'm talking about WVU.
Um, yeah, we would have to market them more. We would have to. I feel like they would have to have more primetime games, because even like you said, Caitlin Clark changed the game, but her and players like Angel Reese and other top players, they're constantly on ESPN. So it's kind of hard if we're not, then how can you push something that like they're not in primetime television?
So the game plan is just throw a bunch of NIL money out and get some top 5 recruits like that are really good, like a Caitlin Clark. Then market that recruit. You know what I mean? Like say, yo, this is the year, championship year. We need everybody to come out. We need everybody support. You got to pick a character. Like you got to pick somebody. Like JJ should be marketed a lot better. Her being a star player on the team, and she can go to the W. So,
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I agree
so
with
I gotta
everything you're
become.
trying to say.
So I gotta become the AD. Is what you saying? Ah,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah.
I thought we got done. I thought we was done with that, man. All
But
right.
like I said, shout out to them. Shout out to all the other women's sports as well that's doing their thing out there. And yeah, man. Hopefully we hope I think like winding down the football season, we make a bowl game. The basketball team bounces back from that loss, and you know, everybody else kind of keeps doing their thing, and we just have a great sports year. That was another episode of the Final Forecast featuring me, one of your co-hosts, Kevin Jones. Got my brother Jay Flo with me.
You and I want to know those answers too. Like final forecasters. Should KJ retire this year? Should
Just know that I'm not listening to.
he's definitely taking that serious. We love your opinion and we're taking it serious.
Of the 54 votes that we've had since I posted it during the show, 94.4% say that you should throw him a farewell tour, J Flo.
KJ Camps.
And
Doing it this summer?
to hell with the 5.6% that say no. You got to use your words, Kevin. It's a podcast.
No, I said what I needed to say. That was it. I have no, because I'm not listening to either one. I don't.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the 94 who did say that. I appreciate you.
I also want to know the sentiment of Neil Brown. How we feeling? All right, you know the answer. Never mind. I don't want to know. What's the sentiment of WVU hoops? How are we feeling about West Virginia hoops so far? Yeah, they got some big tests coming up with Iona and Gonzaga, so we'll see. Stupid producer.